Well, folks, it's that time of year. We're approaching Christmas, and Christmas is a little bit different in 2020, but I have a feeling most of us still have a coffee friend, a coffee fanatic, a coffee enthusiast still in our lives. I don't think that's changed at all over 2020. No. And so we wanted to share 5 gifts that we have received at one point in our lives, and 5 gifts that we think any coffee person would actually like to receive on Christmas in 2020. So this is just our way of saying, if you get one of these, chances are you're gonna hit it right on the spot. Let's get into this, folks.
The first gift we have that I've personally enjoyed myself is the Kruve brew stick, or it's like a stir stick. It's like a very, very thin spoon, but it also actually more or less looks like a chopstick, but it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. The reason I got one of those, it wasn't a gift, but I bought it, went in, and it allows me to bury the hole in the V60, which is good for brewing, little geeky thing that you do. But then it's also a very cool spoon, like to stir your coffee right after it's done brewing. Some people stir it with the carafe. I use the spoon. I love it. It's just a great tool to have on bar. If you have someone who has everything they already have for a pour over set, like throw this in and you'll definitely show care and that you actually know this person.
All right, folks, so number 2 would be coming in at Perfect Coffee Water. Perfect Coffee Water is a brand that, well, you should actually talk about it because you build water every day, whatever building water means.
Yeah, I love these little packets. They have minerals in them, and you basically rip it open and you toss it in a gallon of water, distilled water, you shake it up, and you have perfect coffee water, perfect brewing water. I know a lot of people brewing all over the United States have different quality of water where they're at, and the whole idea of just using a fridge filter that you use for drinking doesn't always work best for coffee extraction. So this little packet allows you to make water that will make an exceptional cup of coffee. So I highly recommend it. It's easy, it's small. Again, it can be a great stocking stuffer. Great idea.
There's Perfect Coffee Water is the brand. But there's also a couple different variations of coffee water minerals that behave in the same way, but any variation of that I think is gonna work because water does play a massive difference when you're brewing water. And any coffee fanatic would love that.
Yeah.
The third one we'd love to touch upon that is get them some filters. Honestly, filters is just one of those things where like, you're gonna need them. If you don't need them today, if you don't need them this week, you're gonna need them in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. Someday you're gonna need them. So that's one thing that you just can't go wrong with. Yeah. And you can buy them filters 1 month out, 2 months out. I would love if somebody gifted me a year's worth of filters.
Yeah. Once again, it's like if you have a friend, a coffee friend who loves practical gifts, like this is a perfect practical gift. I mean, someone like Mark, I mean, you see how excited he is about filters. Getting him some filters, make his day.
Totally. I think it's spectacular. And coming in at, I think, what are we at, number 4 or something? I don't know. It'll be up here, yeah. The most obvious one is coffee.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, one of my most memorable gifts was when our sister Rachel, way back in the day, bought me my first hand grinder, but she also paired it with a coffee from a local roasting company. That gift was so awesome, and I'm like, honestly, it's small, it's little, but I love the whole bean coffee that I knew was gonna taste good. It's from a local roaster. But the cool thing is you can find a roaster from just about anywhere in the country and get that shipped. And honestly, for somebody who loves coffee, like a coffee fanatic, we always love receiving fun, new, exciting coffees.
Yeah, plus it gives you the opportunity to be very specific and really dial in this gift. Like if you know someone loves natural processed coffees, you can buy them a natural processed coffee. Or if someone who's really into clean, like very like heavy bodied coffees, you can go find a coffee that will resemble their preference. So to me, it's like a very intentional gift, and it means a lot when someone really finds something that has a lot of meaning to it.
What's the next one on the list?
Well, you mentioned it earlier, grinders.
That's right.
That's a big one, you guys. I remember how my first actual real grinder, not those blades grinders, like sounds more like a freaking shaver or something.
It's the word. It's exactly looks like a... It's a beer trimmer.
Yeah. But I remember when I got my first burr grinder and it like changed my life in coffee. Yeah. Like it was like absolutely like night and day. And receiving that as a gift would be like a phenomenal experience for someone who's into coffee but just doesn't have the means to make that next step. Yeah. So really good gift.
Totally. That would actually, I think, blow somebody's socks off if you got them, because grinders are not cheap. And so hence why we left it for a little bit for the last, but some options for you if you're thinking about it. If they just have one of those kitchen blade grinders, what you can do is get them a Hario hand grinder, which is the grinder that Rachel got me. Yeah. It was a phenomenal grinder, lasted me for years until I was able to save up for a nicer electric grinder. Yeah. So you have the Hario hand grinder. The second one that we'd recommend is the Baratza Encore, which is the next step in terms of price point. It comes in at about $150, so it's a decent price, but it will definitely make your coffee brewer friend, family very happy. Yeah. And then if you really want to go out of the way, there's the Fellow Oat grinder, and even further, there's the niche Zero grinder. Yeah.
So someone buy me that.
This is our gift request. Wish list. Yeah, this is our online wish list. So yeah, so any of those grinders will do great. Those are just a couple we thought we'd throw it out there, and yeah, it's a solid gift idea. And coming in at the very last one, if you really want to go way out of the, like, just blow Christmas out of the water, no, you're just feeling extremely generous. I think the last one would be getting a solid drip coffee brewer, batch brewer, drip coffee brewer, whatever the right terminology is. Yeah. What are some options that you'd recommend?
There's a lot, but I think the last few that we've worked with has been the Bonavita. Don't remember the exact brewer model, but we can probably add that in. Yeah. But the Bonavita brewers are phenomenal. So they're a specialty coffee association brewers, so they are gold standard. They're excellent when it comes to extraction, but they're also not extremely pricey. They're in kind of the mid-range, so a very cheap brewer would be what, 30, 40 bucks at like a Target. So this will be over 100, but it won't be like way too expensive. And also the cool thing about this is they're very easy to use. It's a one button brewer.
Yeah. And the cool thing with the Bonavita, I think, is just like, you know, it's gonna do a great job for for that one button press, you know. It's gonna heat your water nicely. It's gonna get the brewing done. It's not just something to pump out brown water. Yeah. It's a good machine. And I think on top of the Bonavita, I think the next one that we just recently picked up and started playing around with was the Breville Precision Brewer. I don't know, that's the first time I've been using it, and it's actually blowing me out of the water.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So I don't know, if you're really wanting to go the extra mile and you want like a bigger size batch brewer, that would be the one that we would recommend, is the Breville Precision Brewer. And we'll link all of those down in the description below if you just want a quick link straight to the products. But yeah, any other last thoughts?
Dude, just keep thinking about that batch brewer, dude. Imagine someone walking in with a big old box for Christmas.
Dude. Yeah, it'd be wonderful. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are thinking about buying somebody some coffee, you can buy some Mirror coffee. There's a 10% discount code, which we'll put right here. It's called Christmas10. Go ahead and buy that for yourself or buy it for somebody else. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful in some way, and we'll see you guys in the next one.